Guys, do you want to know how to make the best steak ever? Stay tuned. Guys, let's get started, shall we? So, hubby saw the recipe for this steak, that really is the best steak ever, on TikTok. So, I've been making it for the last couple of months, and it turns out really good. And I'm going to make a quick and easy meal for you that will take 30 minutes or less. I've never actually timed this. It's going to be steak and roasted vegetables, potatoes, and you'll see what else I'm going to use. So pretty much that's all I make is quick, easy meals. I don't like to cook. Well, I didn't used to like to cook. I started liking to cook from last year, you know, because you had to cook. Plus, I like to make healthy meals, and I think people think healthy meals take a long time to cook. No, it doesn't. Like a lot of prep and stuff like that. Certainly if you prep at the beginning of the week, it will take less time. I didn't do that, but I'll show you what I do instead. It's really simple. Okay, first of all, so I have some steak here. I like to buy the chuck eye steak. Now, I would rather buy the organic steak, but they didn't have any organic chuck eye, so this is just fine. I took this out of the refrigerator a half an hour ago. So you want it to come to room temperature before you cook it. So it's supposed to come out better. I don't know, I heard that from somewhere, and I didn't know that until like a couple years ago. So set it out for 30 minutes or more. It feels still kind of a little chilly, but we're gonna go with it. Okay guys, this is part of a collab. Easy 30-minute meal. So I am doing this with 6 other YouTubers, but so after you finish watching everybody's video, you will have 7 meals for you to cook throughout the week. Really easy, healthy meals. But instead of a playlist, we're doing what is called a hop link. So I will have the hop link down in the description below and in the end screen, so you will hop on over to the next video. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is put my oven on 350. Actually, I'm doing 375 because my oven doesn't work correctly, but you want to put it on 350. So I want to heat that up. I'm just going to have that going. And then it is 7:06. Let's see how long this takes me. Hopefully not longer than 30 minutes. So first I want to go ahead and season the steak. I think the first tip that I would give you is you don't need a whole bunch of spices. I don't really have a whole lot. I just bought these 2 from Marshall's the other day. Other than that, I have some garlic seasoning, Italian seasoning, cumin, and chili powder. Yes, chili powder, some steak seasoning, and just a few other spices, some avocado oil, red wine vinegar, salt. That's it. I don't use a lot of different spices. If I have a special recipe, obviously I'll go pick that up, but I think if you keep it simple, it's just easier. And then the other tip would be to make you an area like this. I really like this corner. I have a garbage bowl, then I don't have to keep going to the garbage and just throw everything in there. And then this is the stuff that I use on a daily basis. Instead of keeping it up in the spice cabinet and having to put it all back and forth all the time, I keep salt in here, and I had pepper in there, but I ran out. So, and then I have a pepper mill. So that's fresh ground pepper, coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, garlic, and measuring cups. And then this is Himalayan salt. And then this is lemon pepper, which I've been using the garlic and herb more. So I might switch that out later to put that in there, and then I can just slide it back and forth. And then I have all of a cutting board and all of my utensils. So I'm going to season. I need a steak seasoning, that would help. I'm going to use my steak seasoning, and I like to put it in the mason jars because they're glass and they last longer, and it's just better instead of absorbing the toxins from the plastic and stuff. So I'm going to season both sides of the steak. I'm probably doing this out of order. I probably should have done the veggies first. So where's my little tongs? So I'm not touching the steak. I'm gonna flip it over. And I washed my hands before I started, so, and I'm just gonna set that aside for right now. I am going to go ahead and put olive oil in the pan, but, and then, I guess I'll turn it on, but maybe not all the way until I'm ready to get that started. That in the garbage bowl. I have a sheet pan. Now, normally I like to cook my roasted vegetables in the frying pan in the cast iron skillet. So you're gonna want to cook your steak in the cast iron skillet. Trust me, it's gonna come out really good. And then you're gonna put it in the oven. You'll see that in a minute. So normally I would cook the roasted vegetables in my cast iron skillet in the oven. I've been doing that lately. I've been cooking everything in my cast iron skillet. A whole chicken, chicken legs, barbecue. Oh, it's just coming out so much better. And the more you use your cast iron skillet, the better it'll get a nice coating on it and things won't stick as much. But since I'm using that for the steak, I'm gonna go ahead and use my cookie sheet. Or actually, I think this is a jelly roll pan. And I like to use parchment paper because it doesn't stick to, it sticks to aluminum foil. Things stick. So I like using the parchment paper, plus it's better. They say that your food could absorb some of the aluminum from the aluminum foil. So, and I like to buy the unbleached parchment paper. So, I don't know where I got this from. Target maybe? I'm not really sure. So, but I'm going to cut up some vegetables and put them in this bowl. I've seen many times people just use, the cut up vegetables on here and then put the olive oil on there and mix it with their hands. You know, I don't want to do that. And besides, when I put it in the bowl, it just seems to coat better. So let's see what I got in the fridge. So what I make roasted veggies a lot. And what I make is just on the fly. It depends what I have in the refrigerator. I did just happen to go to the store, so I'm going to use this organic. I don't always buy organic, but there is something called the Dirty Dozen. So one of the things at the top of the list is strawberries. So you're kind of want to buy strawberries that are organic, but I didn't because I didn't have any strawberries today, that organic strawberries. So I'm going to use mushrooms, zucchini, and squash. And I need to use, and some potatoes. Forgot about that. So I'm going to cut these up. I'm going to go ahead and cut most of them up. No, I don't think I'll cut up all the potatoes or all the mushrooms and do a little prep. So I'm probably going to just use one zucchini and one yellow squash, but cut up the rest so I can prep it for the rest of the week and put it in a mason jar. That's how I like to do it. Now I'm just gonna put them on the cookie sheet. And yes, that's a lot of vegetables, but I do the thing, cook once, eat twice. So we will have these tomorrow, some of these tomorrow. I probably went a little overboard. Sometimes I just can't estimate how much it's going to make. So I'm gonna stick these in the oven and roast them for 20 minutes. And then while that's cooking, I'm gonna prepare the steak. So I actually set the timer for 10 minutes because the steak is going to take 10 minutes and I want them to be done at the same time. I don't usually do it that way. I'm just doing it for the sake of the video so I can see how long it takes me because I never actually timed this. So I'm going to, I already preheated the pan. Let's heat it up some more on high. You want to put it on high. Again, season it, put some olive oil in the pan, and you're going to sear both sides. And then you're gonna stick it in the oven for 10 minutes. And then you're gonna put it on the plate and let it rest for 10 minutes. So there you go. Okay, it is 7:23. I don't know, you do the math. How long has it been? So I got 8 minutes before I need to put the steak in there. Sometimes you might want to do the sides. It's an extra thick steak. And I might have put a little bit too much olive oil in there. You could do less. And just before you stick it in the oven, you're gonna put a little pat of butter in the pan, if I can get it out. Ready to put in the 2 steaks, or you could put it on top. Now I'm going to put it in the oven for 10 minutes. Okay, I think that was only like 4 minutes that the vegetables were in there. So that'll make 14, and then I'll need to do it another, I don't know, 6 or 10 minutes after. Actually, when the steak is resting, I'll go ahead and cook vegetables the rest of the way. Be done. Hopefully turn off the burner. And so while that's cooking, I'm going to prep the rest of the vegetables. Well, just the zucchini and the squash is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut them up. I don't want to do the mushrooms because they get ooey. And I don't know. I don't want to do the onions because then they take on the flavor of, I like to do my onions fresh. They take on the flavor of, or the zucchini and the squash will take on the flavor of the onion. But, so I need a mason jar. Get me a mason jar and a paper towel. So this is another tip to prep as you go. I know some people like to prep at the beginning of the week. I can't stand here for an hour and prep everything. I just can't and don't want to. So I prep as I go throughout the week. If I'm making zucchini and squash, I'll go ahead and cut the rest of it and put it in the mason jar and have that in the refrigerator for later this week. Done. I have 6 minutes left on the steak. So I'm going to put these in there, and I'm going to put my mushrooms back, and I'm going to clean up while that's cooking. So that would be my next tip, is while you're waiting for it to cook, go ahead and clean up your mess. And by the magic of YouTube, okay, just in time, I hear the thing beeping, the timer. So I cleaned this plate so I can set the steak on it so it can rest for 10 minutes. Got our plates out, cleaned the kitchen. And I'm gonna take the steak out and let the veggies, I think I'm gonna put them down on the bottom rack and let them cook for another 10 minutes while the steak is resting. Now, depending on the thickness of your steak, you might want to cook it in the oven just a little bit longer. I think this is perfect for this size. The other night the other week, I made a thicker steak and definitely needed longer. Hubby likes it rare, I do not. Yeah, so that's gonna rest for 10 minutes. When the veggies are done, that will be done. Okay, so I'm already past my 30 minutes. Well, just passed. So, but, you know, the setting up in the camera and stuff like that. So anyway, so I'm giving you a bonus. I'm going to make a healthy dessert. So while that's got 9 minutes to cook, I'm going to make some strawberries and whipped cream. Really easy. So I need some heavy whipping cream and some sugar, and this is the best way to go, honestly. I mean, heavy whipping cream is not exactly healthy, but I think it's better than the stuff in the can, and it healthy wise. And strawberries, you can't go wrong. And again, I would buy the organic, but they didn't have any. Here's my Dirty Dozen list. You can, I think that's an old one. I need to print out the new one. See, strawberries is the #1 thing with the most pesticide residue, and spinach and kale. So those are the things you might want to buy organic. If you can't afford to, then don't worry about it. It's fine. So, so I'm going to make some whipped cream using the heavy whipping cream. Let me see. I need something to put it in. All right, I got the strawberries cut up, and I have one of these handheld mixers with the whisk on it, and I'm going to use the measuring cup. Now, I'm only going to put in there what we will use. Of course, I just bought the little small one. I might not need the whole thing. So I need some sugar. I want to put like half of that in there, but wait. Oh, that's a half a pint. So that's a cup. So I have like just a little over a half. So I don't want to use the whole thing because, you know, once you whip it, it'll go flat. So I'm just going to put like a little teaspoon of sugar. I actually haven't made this in a while, so I don't remember how much sugar I put in there, but you don't really need much. You could not do any. I actually think that's probably, whatever. And then you're gonna whip it. Whip it good. Obviously, it'd be better if I had two hands, so hold on. Okay, that's done. See, you don't need to use your KitchenAid mixer. It's fine. So I'm gonna put this in the fridge and not put it on the strawberries until we're ready to eat them after dinner. So put that in there and put our strawberries in there too. I am also going to get the Parmesan Reggiano cheese out. Guys, spend the extra money and buy a block. It's expensive, but it's better than that canned stuff. Yes, try less processed foods, the better for you. You will thank me later. So I'm going to shred that on top of the veggies just before we eat them. And I use, is it in here? Nope. It's hiding over here. So this is like a zester. It works fine. So that's what I would use. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to move them down. I think they're fine. I'm going to broil them for a few, like a minute or two, so they get crispy. Okay, got that on for 2 minutes, and I'm gonna clean up my mess again. Okay, veggies are done, and here's the other tip. Do not cook your vegetables to death. You're cooking all the nutrients out of them. You want them to be a little crunchy. So if they don't look done enough for you, that's why, because you want them to be, the best thing is to eat your veggies raw, but yeah, you can't always do that. It's hard to eat a whole bunch of raw veggies. So I'm gonna serve up our plates and take a bite. Okay, I'm not having the whole steak. Hubby will probably eat that whole thing. I will not, so I'll probably save that for steak and eggs for him tomorrow morning. He likes that. So, shall I try the steak? Do you see how it's perfectly cooked on the inside? For me anyway. Hubby's is a little bit bigger steak, so it's probably a little rare. And shall we try it? Good steak. Good for you. Lots of B12. Make this steak and let me know how you liked it. And try the veggies in your iron skillet and let me know how you like that too. I do think they turn out better in the iron skillet than they do on the cookie sheet. So, and then I just have a little bit of cleanup to do, not much. This is hubby's silverware. He's busy right now, so he will come out and eat his. And I'm gonna have mine, and then I'm gonna have dessert. Okay, I'm ready for my dessert. I'm gonna put a big dollop of, I am trying not to eat dairy, but you know, sometimes you gotta have a treat. And of course, you know, you have to have some chocolate too. I'm a little red in the face and my hair's funny because it's hot, y'all. It was 82 degrees today, so. Yum. I was better than steak. I have not had that in forever. So easy to make, right? Okay, guys, I'm gonna sit here and watch a little YouTube and eat the rest of my strawberries and whipped cream. I need to make this more often. I have not made that in a while. So make sure you click the link down below in the description so you can hop over to the next video and see what they're cooking. Until next time, enjoy your day. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe. Just click on my face right there, and the next video in the hop link is right there below. Click that link. Go watch.